Well, this Saturday, the Martin Luther King Center in Rock Island is hosting a donation drive. You've probably heard of food drives or clothing drives, but this one's a little different. It's an important topic we don't hear a lot about, especially right here on the news. This drive is to collect menstrual products like pads, tampons, cleansing wipes, menstrual cups, and more. So here to chat about this with us is Adriana Blanco with the Martin Luther King Center. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Okay, talk about what you guys are looking for this Saturday at the drive.
So exactly like you said, we're looking specifically for menstrual pads, we're looking for sanitary napkins, cleansable wipes, we're looking for tampons, we're also looking for reusable cups as well. So like you said, anything that you would primarily use once a month, anything like that, we are looking to get those donations.
You know, for something that affects half of our population, talking about menstrual cycles can be a little bit of a taboo in society. Talk to me about the period poverty that you guys are trying to combat with this drive.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really big word, the period poverty specifically. Yeah. So I think with that comes into mind all our community members, like you said, people look for food drives, there's always a drive for what you might need. But when it comes to menstrual products, that's not always the case. It's very taboo. People don't really want to talk about it. So with that, at the Martin Luther King Center, we're trying to just make it a conversation, right? You can come in, ask for what you need. We have all types of sizes, all types of, like we said, they're not all made the same and or equally. So we try to make sure that we have a variety of diverse products for everybody, and trying to do that with not only having the menstrual drive, but also having myself as a teenage pregnancy prevention. We're able to have those types of workshops and kind of, like I said, discuss those conversations with the community.
Absolutely. You know, this is in accordance with the National Period Action Day, is that right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, talk to me about what this means. Like, you've done this in the past, last year.
Yes, we did. Yeah, so we had actually a drive last year. It was our very first one.
Wow. People
were a little hesitant, like, what do you want? What are you accepting? Yeah. And we're like, exactly as it sounds. We want sanitary pads. We want you to come drop off tampons. Anything that even if you're not using anymore, right? People get to a certain age, menopause comes into play. We don't want to throw them away. You can just donate those. So last year we had that. All of the products that we had actually lasted us until this year. Wow. So we have our drive this Saturday. And like you said, it is a national event, PAD, so Period Action Day, Pad Day, for those that don't know, but yeah. Really great.
And you guys keep them all at the center right there, right?
Yeah, so we have what's known as a menstruation station in all of our restrooms. So like you said, you can find whatever you might need without even having to ask anybody. And then, like I said, all of our restrooms at the MLK.
Because this is a huge expense for people.
Yes, I don't think people consider that. Some people are actually trying to make that decision of, do I buy food today? Do I buy, like you said, formula, whatever? And sometimes there aren't services that kind of relate to what we need, whether that's, like you said, menstrual pads and things like that.
Wow, okay, so rain or shine, will you guys be out there?
We will be there from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., like you said, and whether you can't make it to come donate that day, you can always drive by. We are always going to be accepting donations year round.
Yeah, that's the important part. You guys have a bin in your lobby at the center? Okay.
So we have a bin, like you said, it's out there for everybody. It specifically says menstrual product donations here. We try to, like you said, it's nothing taboo. Just come in, donate, and like I said, just grab what you need.
Love it. Can people also send in cash donations?
Yes, they can. Like you said, those will just be purchased by, like you said, our building supervisor, and they will just replenish whatever's there.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I mean, like, it's a really important topic.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for having us. Hopefully with the more exposure we can get, you know, the more people will want to learn and have that education. That's really important for it.
Absolutely. One more time, mark your calendars. This year's annual menstrual product drive will be this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Martin Luther King Jr. Center in Rock Island. They're accepting pads, tampons, single-wrapped cleansing wipes, and menstrual cups. If you can't make it this weekend, you can always drop donations off at the Martin Luther King Center's lobby.